All right, Shalom. Want to start by saying, Halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Pause of Israel, aka the Pause of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, I want to bring out this article from Newsweek, and it came out October 18th, August 18th, which was yesterday, at around yesterday morning around 11:44. And okay, it was updated around 7:47 p.m. yesterday. So let me get right into it. It says Russian pundit urges nuclear strikes on New York and London. That's the article reads. Now, let's see what a pundit is, because I meant to look up that word yesterday. I never did. What is a pundit? Fucking pundit. So it says a learned man, master, teacher. Yeah, so I guess so. Yeah, a learned man of science, law, or religion. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay. So back to oh shit. Oh shit. Fuck. Why is shit acting so? Okay. All right. So it says amid the ongoing Russian-Ukraine war, Russian pundit Stanislav Krapiniv said Moscow is already at war with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which NATO, the acronym what NATO stands for, adding that it should retaliate by striking cities like New York and London with a nuclear weapon. You hear that? That's what a Russian learned man said, that they should consider retaliation. So since he said they already at war with NATO and saying they should consider retaliation and attacking a city like New York or London. Okay. Now, granted, obviously, you know, I don't know how much America and London is taking, how seriously they're taking this threat, but all in all, that somebody did say this, and this is a American news outlet, Newsweek. So you have this Russian guy, this Russian person saying that they should attack cities like consider attacking cities like London or New York, right? Damn, all these fucking ads. So it says with a nuclear weapon, by the way. So you know what does that go into? That goes into wars and rumors of wars, what Yahawah was talking about. Okay. So it says Krapiniv, a Russian American and former U.S. Army officer who defected to Russia in the 90s, repeatedly referred to the U.S. as the enemy of Russia, accusing of it wanting to destroy the Russian people during an appearance on a Russian media program hosted by Roman Gus. On Saturday, Julia Davis, founder of the watchdog group Russian Media Monitor, shared a clip to X, formerly Twitter, of Krapiniv's interview in which he repeatedly dehumanized Americans and said, these are not people. These are animals. Russian Media Monitor provided English captions of the Russian language interview. So that's what this guy's talking shit about Americans, talking shit about America, saying that they should do this and attack these cities, these prominent cities in America and in London, UK. So it says, Russian President Vladimir Putin's military invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 has created the largest military conflict and the largest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. The U.S., the United Kingdom, and other NATO members have extended military aid and diplomatic support to Ukraine, which is what obviously they're saying they ain't feeling. Because what did Putin say? He said what? To the country supporting Ukraine, you should stop it. Because you consider, and then what he say? We consider America officially an enemy. And NATO an enemy, and NATO been talking about what? Putting troops over there in the Ukraine to go against Russia, head on. So this is a time. This is where we live. We living in a time of wars and rumors of wars. Okay. It says if we want to end this war, we need to oh shit. Okay, yeah. So it says, if we want to end this war, we need to completely destroy Ukraine's armed forces. Now, who are they armed for? Now, who's helping them military-wise? NATO and America, mainly America. So which means basically he's saying what? They need to destroy America. They need to destroy NATO. Because those are the people that's helping Ukraine. Because Ukraine really don't got no military. Okay? He said, he added that Russia is already at war with NATO. Either give them a choice or go ahead and strike. Now, remember what a pundit, definition of a pundit meant? It says a learned man. A learned man. It says, on August 6th, Ukrainian forces launched a surprise attack on Russia's Kursk region. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Kursk region, successfully pressed into the Kursk and Belgorod area over the past 2 weeks, marking the largest assault on Russian soil since World War II. Now who's helping them do all this? Who's helping Ukraine do all of this? America and NATO. Clearly. Said what? What do people say? Stand with Ukraine, right? And that's what they're doing. And America's been getting, and they just gave them some more military aid and money. Just last week or a week or two ago, they just gave them more money and more military aid to Ukraine. Here it is, but in America, Americans are struggling financially day and night. But yet you got the time and you got the money to put all your resources and all your shit into these motherfuckers. Okay? But anyway, so it says the area is home to the Kursk nuclear power plant, NPP, which is a major electricity producer for Russia. It says on Saturday, Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova accused Ukrainian forces of preparing to attack the facility. So they're saying that now they want to attack this facility that provides a large amount of electricity for Russia. So this is what's going on right now. This is war. And remember, this war started in what? February 2022. So that means when February 2025 comes, that's 3 years whole. A whole 3 years. I remember when this started, man. Okay? It says Ukrainian officials denied the accusation of Reuters, dismissing it as insane propaganda. Whatever. It says, however, Krapiniv reiterated the idea and said, this is an attack with nuclear materials, trying to cause a nuclear explosion of the reactor on the territory of Russia. He added that this is a direct provocation that warrants wiping out Kiev off the face of the earth. Oh, excuse me, that warrants wiping Kiev off the face of the earth. This is the talk they talking about. This is what someone's saying yesterday. Well, actually, it was August 6th. This interview took place, but all the same this month. He said these are warrants to wipe Kiev off the face of the earth, and that's the I believe the capital of Ukraine. And who's helping Ukraine immensely? America. Why do you think they said to attack New York or London? The beast, the whore. NATO, UK, US, they all the whore and the beast. Gog, Magog, Russia. And it says, this effectively crosses the line of tactical nukes. This is open war, and in response, an American city will be wiped off the face of the earth, or there will be a strike on London. Based on who armed them, Krapiniv said, suggesting that there will be an explosion, and New York will be gone, and Washington will be next. This is what someone's saying real time. That's an open threat. And remember, Putin already declared America an enemy. So what do you think we at right now as far as timeline goes, as far as the third world coming quickly? The Lord said what? The third world? Come and read that again. It says, no, I'm going to read that part. I'm going to read that part again. It says, however, Krapiniv reiterated that idea and said, this is an attack with nuclear materials trying to cause a nuclear explosion of the reactor on the territory of Russia. He added that this is a direct provocation that warrants wiping Kiev off the face of the earth. Now, mind you, this is what Esau against Esau at that. Satan's house divided. Talk about wiping off another Edomite country off the face of the earth from another Edomite country. And then the other Edomite countries like NATO and America. Satan's house divided. How shall it stand? It shall not stand. Okay? And it says, this effectively crosses the line of tactical nukes. This is open war, and in response, an American city will be wiped off the face of the earth, or there will be a strike on London. Based on who armed them, Krebs said, suggesting that there will be an explosion in New York will be gone and Washington will be next. Now, America has already been open about helping Ukraine. So America and all these other, they know who's helping Ukraine. Everybody knows. It's all publicized in the publicized news. Where Ukraine is getting their help from. It said, to summarize Krebs' remarks, Guns asks, essentially, there should be a direct threat straight from the president Putin, that if something happens, nuclear missiles will fly against Washington and London. Do I understand it correctly? Krebs replied, absolutely, affirming that nuclear weapons should be targeted at the U.S. and UK. That's a Russian motherfucker saying that, man. And they said this should not be taken lightly. Now, granted, this guy don't call the shots, but his interview, it's enough to where he's being interviewed, and look what he's saying. It says Newsweek has reached out to the U.S. Department of State, Russia's foreign ministry, and Ukraine's foreign ministry for comment via email on Sunday. Newsweek also filed out an online contact form with the UK's Prime Minister office for comment Sunday. The Russia-Ukraine war has heightened global fears of a potential nuclear conflict following months of rising tensions and repeated threats from Russia to use nuclear weapons against U.S. and NATO countries. It says Putin has previously approved tactical nuclear weapon drills, and earlier in August, Russia advanced to the third stage aimed at preparing units of the armed forces of the Russian Federation for the combat use of non-strategic nuclear weapons, the Russian Defense Ministry said. At the beginning of this year, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, a nonprofit led by nuclear risk leaders, once again set the doomsday clock at 90 seconds to midnight because humanity continues to face an unprecedented level of danger. Russia has an estimated 5,580 nuclear warheads, according to a 2024 report by the Federation of American Scientists, which says the U.S. has 5,044. So Russia has more nuclear warheads than America. You see that? And remember, and as time goes on, more nuclear capabilities are being developed. And that's just what was publicized. We really don't know the full skinny of who got what. But we know the threat is there. We know the threats are there. Russia been talking about going to war with America. America been talking about going to war with Russia. NATO been talking about going to war with Russia. Ukraine is already at war with Russia. America's NATO's helping Ukraine war with Russia. This is exactly what YAHAWASHI was talking about, wars and rumors of wars. And this is not going to stop until YAHAWASHI comes back. So these devils, these Edomites, these other nations, they're going to continue. They're going to continue to fucking prepare war, just like the scripture said. Prepare war, ye Gentiles. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Which is exactly what's happening. And you also have what? You have America and USS Idaho, whatever. They've been constructing I believe they started construction of this nuclear submarine in 2017, and now it's finished, and now it's about to be prepared for war. And you see, and this is all happening. Remember, the third world coming quickly. And that was pretty much that on the article. Let's go into it. Fuck. Get a couple scriptures. Cause I gotta make this quick. Matter of fact. Well, since I'm in Revelation, I'll read the third world coming quickly first. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, and it reads, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Now, what is the second woe? The second woe was the Second World War, which a lot of things have transpired from the Second World War. You had a little bit after the World War II, that was what Hiroshima. Well, that was during World War II, the Hiroshima, Nagasaki. And then a little bit after that, you had the Cold War where Russia and America almost butted heads then. And now what's happening right now? History repeats itself. Now America and Russia are butting heads once again. Threats going out once again towards each other. Wars being declared against each other. Moves being made. Moves being made. Allies forming. You had the whole. You just had what? 159 countries fill out for BRICS to use the BRICS currency system and all that shit. So America's being pushed out day by day. And America's losing its pompous. America's losing its horn, man. America's losing its edge. Because what? It's the daughter of Babylon, it's prophecy. It ought to be destroyed. So in the meantime, before it's actually destroyed by that fire, by the nuclear missiles and YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI's return, it's going to be destroying actually, like, you know, its actual essence of what made it great. That's why Trump said, what? Make America great again. But Trump, nor Kamala, none of them, they can't stop the third world. The third world coming quickly. The third world war, that nuclear war, approaching quickly, man. And no longer will these talk. It will just be talks. It's gonna be real shit. It's gonna be real time. You got the MOTB being pushed out more and more. You got Jacob Trouble coming. All these things happening simultaneously as far as prophecy, man. The Lord said, "What? The plague shall slack not a moment." All the prophecies, they all gonna come to pass, and they're coming to pass as we speak. Well, since I'm in the New Testament, might as well get the doozies. Man, I'm gonna read this in NLT. This is Matthew chapter 24. I'm gonna read both. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. And it reads, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and the end of the world?" Right? Now, remember, Esau's ruling at this time, so what was told to Esdras? Esau's the end of the world. Okay? Now, you go to the NLT in Matthew 24 and 3, it says, "Later, Yahawashi sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, Tell us when will all this happen? What be the sign? What sign will signal your return and the end of the world?" So Yahawashi is gonna come back, and they asking him, what should be the sign of your return? To signal your coming back, your return. And it says, Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come, verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the comforter, I am the most high son, and shall deceive many. Right? Now that's what you have going on right now. You got a lot of people, false prophets out there, you know, you got these regular Christian churches, all them bunch of phonies, man. And they're not saying nothing about no prophecies. And in verse 6 it says what? And ye shall hear of war. No, in verse 6 in the NLT is kind of better. So Matthew 24 and 6 in the NLT it reads, "And you will hear of wars and threats of wars." Now, what was that homie just said in the Russian pundit? That was a threat to America and London. He said, "And you will hear of wars and threats of wars. But don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately." So what? Just because he said that don't mean it's going to happen right then and there. But the fact that it's being spoken about, and the fact that that's the rhetoric that's being spoken more and more, that's how you know what? With the sign of Yahawashi return is close. These are the latter days. These are the last days, man. Man, this is the end of the world for the heathen to rule over Israel, man. 2 Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau, the end of the world, Jacob, the beginning of it that followeth. Esau's still ruling. But now we're almost at the end of Esau's rule. Because why? You know, the MOTB is being talked about more, the micro C-hip, the RFID micro C-hip, all that CBDC, the uproars, all the things happening throughout the earth and within America is all signaling to what? The end of Esau's kingdom and the end of Esau's rule over the earth, man. Him having the fatness of the earth by the sword, man. Because the sword is about to destroy him. Remember, the Lord said what? Everything he's building is going to be to his own destruction. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. For the cup shall surely pass through unto thee. And that hasn't even happened yet, man. But with the Lord is destroying his rule, he's destroying his kingdom. And then he's going to put these devils in slavery where they belong. And the rest of the nations behind him. Okay? Let's get So this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 9, and it reads, it says, proclaim ye, I'm going to do the NLT. And it says, say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war. Call out your best warriors. Let all your fighting men advance for the attack. That's what's happening right now. That's the third war approaching quickly. All these nations getting their nuclear capabilities together, gathering the troops. NATO talk about putting troops in Ukraine on the ground. America over there in the Red Sea area, Iraq, Syria. Like people, like remember the war is not just starting. The wars have been started. It is now that certain players and certain threats are in the countries have different roles in the war now, because back in the day Russia wasn't too much into the wars and too much of beefing with America. I don't believe China and Russia was that in link with each other as well. But it says what? They're all going to gather against the horde. That's America. Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, the 51st chapter, the archers gathered. Everybody getting ready to attack America. That's what this Russian guy just, and everybody's going to follow behind Russia on the other side of the world. It says, verse 10, it says, hammer your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Train even your weaklings to be warriors. That's what saying, let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what countries like Iran, all these mediocre countries that wasn't really making no noise. Now everybody's coming into the fold. North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Iran, Iraq. Hell, even Russia for a time. They wasn't like as the intimidating bear that they are now. But the Lord said what? He's removing the jaws from out the jaws, moving the hooks from the jaws, man. Gog and Magog. He should be a defender unto them. These are all things the prophecies is playing out right before our very eyes, and no one can stop it. They talk about ceasefire and bringing the war to an end, but how you gonna bring the war to an end when the Lord said He's gonna come back in the midst of all y'all going to war? So y'all can't stop going to war. And the Lord said He's gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation. That's Amalek in the Ukraine, and that's Amalek in Israel. Those are the Amalekites. It says, verse 11, it says, come quickly, all you nations everywhere. Now, this is Joel, 3rd chapter in the NLT, verse 11. It says, come quickly, all ye nations everywhere. Gather together in the valley. And now, O Lord, call out your warriors. And let the nation be called to arms. Let them march to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I, the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, will sit to pronounce judgment on them all. And that's what we leading up to, man. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI judging the heathen round about. With his only begotten son, Yahawashai, Hamashiach, the King of all kings, the Lord of lords. The first. Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. That's what's about to happen. That's what's about to come back. So, that's about it. So, you got the guy threatening saying we should attack New York or London. That's what this guy said. That's at the article. That they should contemplate retaliating and striking those cities, man. So, with that, Lord Williams is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Positive Israel, aka the Positive Great Millstone. And peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.